from a position of experience, knowledge, mastery as well, that the mindset of a champion, you have a lot to give, correct?
I just always wanted to. I always wanted to be um, in an area where I would still, like I said, get out of the sport with all my faculties, be able to convey what I went through because it's an unbelievable journey, an unbelievable experience, and people are interested in it. And like I said, it gave me it taught me the ability to adapt. And you know, you have different styles and styles in the ring. The European styles, you have this certain styles, East Coast style, you have a you know Southpaw style. This gave me an ability to adapt to different styles of life and be able to withstand and to also help people restore, give people hope. So yeah, I wanted to be. I didn't want to be the guy that, and I find I got to be honest with you. People are so funny. They'll sit up there and they'll talk about boxers. They love to see, and I'm not going to name names, but they love to see this bloodthirst slugfest, and they love to see these guys, you know, beat the heck out of each other. And then, God forbid, those certain people that they love are the same people that years down the line, they're the ones saying, "Did you hear so and so talking and how they get how they're you know how
Yeah,
they can't put sentences together, how their equilibrium is off?"
yeah,
And so it's like shame on you. You're the same people that want to watch that and you want to see that, but then you're the same people that are now criticizing or making fun of those people.
yeah,
I want to be something different, Matt. My blueprint was about the entertainment aspect of it. I had other goals, and the things that I was criticized for, I really didn't care. That's the whole thing about it was, you know, he was not focused. He's thinking about this and that. No, I was working, man. I mean, I was working it. But at the same time, my inspirations were people who just so happened, besides Muhammad Ali and you know Sugar Ray Leonard, and you know there were other people I love excellence on all levels, and I was able to use that and use that as far as inspiration. And if you didn't like that, well, I mean that's their problem. I
Well,
mean whoever it is.
you were talking a little bit about the. I think we can agree it's ugliness that the people who will take the pound of flesh and then laugh at the guy without when his pound of flesh is gone, if you will. And I always find it ironic that when Ellie will put up a video about, say, literally, it's Canelo Alvarez punching a heavy bag, we'll get 110,000 views.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
and now
yeah,
then I get a tweet from say a certain ex heavyweight champion whose name I'm not really going to use, but it's almost like those guys who fought in a more competitive era. Number one, um, when boxing was bigger in the global scheme of things, he has to pay, and then I'll do an interview with him. It'll get 600, 700, maybe 1,200 views if we're lucky. Um,
yeah.
the the era it's ugly, and it's not something that the sport should be. You know, you should be proud of. The sport as a whole should be proud of. Um, can I ask what you said that you retired effectively after that devastating experience in 1999? How did that affect you? Could you ever, let's say that had happened when you were 23, not when you were a little bit older. How do you think you would have handled that? Because I'm just thinking of guys like Chris Eubank. He had a similar experience with Michael
Right,
Watson.
right,
Nigel Benn had a similar experience
right,
with
right.
Gerald McClellan. Um,
Joe
could,
McCown, huh?
could you ever be the same after that, in your opinion? Could you ever be as ruthless? And I know you've been called too nice, it was obvious, but evidently you weren't when it came down to it. How can you ever be the same level of vicious after an experience like that?
Well, us just say this. I would not have been able to just because for the reasons why I box. I box for the joy. I box for the artistry. I box for, I like to figure out styles. I like to display my styles, my gifts. I like the craftsmanship. I like the beginning, middle, and end process. I like the fact that my style could beat you, but I can't beat your friend, but you can beat your friend. So styles make fights. I like the fact of the conditioning. I like the fact of repetition. So these are the things that I like about boxing. Now, if it's not about the brutal, the brutality, it's not about the punches. That now, don't get me wrong, I'm coming with it, and I love the speed, the display of speed, and I always tell people, most cases, you're not going to against me. You're not going to leave the ring like you came in there. And I'm not saying that being braggadocious. I'm just saying that that's the truth. I'm going to
Do
get
you
to
mean,
you.
sorry, do you mean
You know,
physically or psychologically? Physically.
both, but
Okay.
physically, because my punches, my speed, my hands, I'm going to get to you with my uppercuts.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you. You know already the blueprint on what I do well, my punches I land. You know my hand speed. You know about that. So, and eventually, it's most cases it's going to get to you. So, that being said, in a lot of cases, you're going to leave the ring highly lacerated. So the reason why I say God basically obviously had this plan stored for me, because ever since I was 4 years old, I wanted to be champion of the world. When I saw that great man, Mr. Muhammad Ali, and when I started the journey at 8 years old, as far as trying to get to that place. So the fact that this didn't happen, this devastating episode didn't happen at the age of 23. I was on my course to the goal. That God gave me the opportunity to fulfill my prophecy and get that completion of becoming a world champion. We don't have to answer that, but yes, if it were to happen, had happened, and if I was 23, I still would not have been able to go on and be a performer in the boxing ring. So I would not. So thank God that did not happen.
Okay.